Hello, 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 hello. I meant to press a different button. Juice! Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Rex. I'm Corbin. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, for more cheesy content. Button. Today we have a video that's called "Saving South India Below Sea Level Farms."
Oh,
yeah.
Yep.
It's by Vice News. Obviously, they're a very good short documentary.
We've seen a few, yeah.
And obviously, I'm guessing this obviously has to do with climate change.
You betcha.
And obviously, the rising sea levels all around the world. And so this is going to be interesting. But obviously, this came out just about 12 days ago, so this is a new one for them. So let's just see what this is about. What do you think?
I thought there'd be more information.
We will harvest it within 1 week.
Chakrapani Nair farms rice in a region that's entirely below sea level. What are some of the challenges of farming rice below sea level?
ഇതിപ്പോൾ ഞങ്ങൾ ചുറ്റും ബണ്ട് പിടിച്ച് ആ വെള്ളം ഇങ്ങോട്ട് കയറാതെയും ഞങ്ങളുടെ ബണ്ട് ഒന്നും ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ ഉപ്പുവെള്ളം കൊണ്ട് നിറഞ്ഞിരിക്കും.
There's a huge demand for the crop coming from Korbins farms. So when the biannual harvest comes, there's a reason to celebrate.
You say what part of India they're in?
They did, but they didn't specify. They just said where it was. I just don't know where that is. South Indian.
Feast that's essentially based around rice.
I assume Kerala.
Me too.
Tamil, maybe?
Yeah, my assumption would be Kerala.
So the making of the sadhya is actually a very community-driven process. There are a few chefs here, but everybody else joins in. I'm going to try and help, rather learn as much as I can.
അരിയിട്ട് വെന്ത് കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേനും ഇപ്പോൾ ചൂട് ഇളക്കി കൊടുക്കണം, ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് കൊടുക്കണം. ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത് തിളച്ച് നടു മാത്രം വേവും.
So obviously there's like enough rice here to feed several villages. Hot.
I love rice.
Standing above this
Me too.
pot. Obviously the smoke is in my eye and I don't know how to handle it. It's lifting weights, so all in one. Where I'm from in North India, our meals center around wheat. So I asked Kerala travel and food blogger Shailesh Nair to help me understand the meals courses.
Today we are expecting about 24 items to be there on the plate.
Good thing I'm hungry.
So typically a leaf is divided into 3 parts over here, where in the dry, the sour items come onto the left side of the leaf. And then you have the croutons, as they call it, which come on the top. And then you have the main course being eaten along with the rice, the staple, which is basically sweet, sour, salty, bitter, pungent, astringent. Now it's time to attack.
But I think my favorite is certainly the pachadi. You know, the pineapple and the dates and grapes combined with the rice.
Wow.
Who would have thought it makes such a great combination?
Nothing to beat a sadhya. The best vegetarian meal you can have.
While rice is king in Kuttanar, industrialized farming has had unintended consequences. In the 1970s, the government built a massive dam to keep seawater out of the fields during the summertime. This allowed farmers to grow rice year-round for the first time. But without the tide coming in to clear out fertilizers and pesticides, pollution has built up over the years. More rice farms also mean less buffer against monsoon flooding, leaving the region vulnerable to climate change.
Kuttanar people cannot reverse climate change. But adaptation is very, very important. How will you adapt? Put biodiversity part of the agriculture system.
To Dr. Padma Kumar, an agroecologist, that means learning lessons from how things were done before industrialization by diversifying what farmers produce. He came up with a system to rotate rice with fish. Joy Itu was the first to try it out in 1993. When the fish in this nursery mature, Itu releases them into his submerged rice fields.
Should we release it back?
Interesting.
So it puts nutrients back into the field.
And they clear it out.
The fish can survive in monsoon floodwaters and can also eat pests and weeds. Some even help till the soil. And by the time they're big enough to harvest, they'll have prepared Itu's fields to plant the next rice crop.
It enhances productivity, reduces cost, and also make farming environment friendly, ecologically sustainable. So it's a win-win system.
Much like rice, fish are also celebrated. This fisherman has just brought us a local delicacy, the pearl-spotted curry mean.
All right, that's a lot of fish. Just the crackling of that oil sounds so delicious.
It is going to be cooked in steam. All those masala will have to be spread on the fish. This both has to be combined.
It's like what we just watched in the video.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
wow.
it's exactly
the fish
similar.
and rice.
Fish
in
and
one
rice
plate,
in one plate.
which is
So-
also very symbolic given our context.
Yeah, we are talking about rice fish farming. So we have got both
Yeah.
the delicacies of Kutanad.
That's so interesting. And I've heard that, and that's what in many different aspects of just people who own farms or different stuff like that. Kind of that I've not heard of in terms of flooding a rice field, putting
The fish.
fish in
Yeah,
there,
I haven't heard that either.
Get the diseases out and also bring nutrients back into the thing. But it's a similar thing with chickens. My father-in-law has chickens, and you every day or every few days move their entire enclosure just to a different part, so they cut down the grass and also fertilize it for the next year. And so you just keep moving it around.
Yeah.
And so one cuts your grass, gets rid of bugs,
Right.
and brings the nutrients back
Right.
into that area.
Yeah.
It's super interesting, and also just the fact that just nature works together in that way. It's beautiful.
Yep. The way the system functions properly. Just great use.
I'm assuming Kerala. Let me see. State of Kerala. Yep.
Yeah.
I look like Kerala to
Yeah.
me. But Tamil Nadu does have a few places that also look like that. So I was confused, but that fish looked
Exactly like
the way
the one
they
we saw.
wrapped it.
Yeah.
even.
Everything. And the way they were scoring it after they cleaned it.
So I wonder if it's very similar. But yeah, it's a bunch of stuff that we're gonna have to continue to deal with for
A long time.
ever.
Yep.
Probably. It's
Yep.
probably I don't know that I don't think you can stop it. I think you can slow it down.
And adapt to it. Yeah.
And I think is where we're at. I don't think we're gonna be able to reverse it.
No. And the planet goes through, we've had ice ages and we have warm phases. So the planet does it. We've contributed to this change
Heavily.
far too rapidly. Yeah. So, yeah, we do need to make some pretty drastic changes.
Yeah. But interesting video. Let us know any other videos about this kind of stuff, any thoughts you have, and anything else we need to know down below.
Juice!